What's going on? This is Silas Cosmic, and welcome back to Unstuck, what I like to call escaping the matrix. And today we're going to talk about an interesting topic, which is how the system shapes our decision making and keep us stuck. So without much ado, I'd like to introduce my guest in the studio. Hello, bro. How are you doing?
Hey, Ernest. How are you? Thank you for having me again, man. It's always fun to come and sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
We are delving into an interesting topic about how the system affects us and how it allows us to think, behave, and to function in this world. It's all about the quality of the function that we have.
Yes, absolutely. And then to get things started, the system pretty much, when we talk about it, refers to the way we were brought up, the formal structures that society set in place in terms of education and career, and also
Parenting.
religion.
Parenting.
Religion plays a very huge role in the way we think and the way our values are shaped. So I would like to start with the way, we each and every one of us were brought up, at least for most people. We've been told that you have to go to school, work hard, get a college degree, get a job,
Get married.
work for
Have some children.
pension,
Have some children.
have
man.
some children, work
Yeah,
for
man.
pension, and basically die. That is the plan that they sold for us. And
Yes.
so far, for the most of us, that plan has not been working for
Boy, it
us.
doesn't sound very exciting at all.
So today we are here to find out why is it that only 1% of the whole human race basically are the only ones making all the money, and the rest of us are barely surviving. This topic is very dear to my heart because I lived that life, followed the system, the formal structures, and it got to a point in my life that I had to decouple myself from the system by thinking for myself. And as I'm speaking right now, none of you listening right now can show me or give me a name of one billionaire who followed the formal system of education and became a billionaire. You see, what formal education does to you is that it takes away your creativity. Whenever something is set for you by somebody else and you are asked to follow it, it takes away your creativity in the sense that most people don't think for themselves in such a situation.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, by the time you get that college degree, you are already accustomed to following other people's roles
Train of
and
thought.
structures that
Yes.
they have designed for you.
The word that you're looking for is you have conformed to the system.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Conform to the system, and they therefore live their life like that until they retire and then die. But I believe that each and every one of us can be making a good living just by, first of all, identifying that they have to think for themselves. What do you think about that, man?
Well, let's dissect this a little bit, right? So, not only do we have to be rich, but you can break away from the system by living the life that you want to live, right? Let me give an example. And first, let's take our first example from the scriptures. He said, the Lord said, "I came that you might have life and have it in abundance."
Right.
Now, growing up as a child in Jamaica, there was a group of people called the Rastafarians who broke away from the system. They had a sense of belief of self and self-worth that was completely different from the norm of especially our colonial way of behaving, because the government was conformed to the way the English does things.
Right.
The people have followed and have conformed to the way the English did things, but the Rastafarians did not. Because of that breaking away and breaking from that conformity, they were persecuted.
Right.
They went through the persecution, and out of that persecution, they became actually better. They became businessmen, entrepreneurs.
Right.
Most of them became successful musicians,
Right.
and they created a space for themselves in the world that no one can actually take away from them.
Got you.
Right? However, I don't believe that you have to necessarily to be rich to live the life of abundance. If you're able to believe in yourself and what you are doing, and if you have a set of ideals and a set of philosophies that can back up the way you do what you do, the best way you do, you are successful.
Okay.
And you can beat the system also
Right.
with it.
There is nothing wrong with being broke, so long as you are happy.
Right.
Because I know it's not everyone that wants to be rich.
Right.
Not everyone that wants to
Right.
have a lot of
Because it's
money.
a responsibility.
It is.
It's a massive
So
responsibility.
there's nothing wrong, with being broke, if so long as that makes you happy. But if you're out there and being broke is not what you want,
Right.
then I'm challenging you today that your life doesn't have to be the way it is right now. And for your life to change, you have to take a step back from everything that you know or learn from the system and begin to think for yourself. And that will require you to go through some growing pains.
This is true.
Because there are a lot of people out there right now that have credit cards they have no business having. They finance cars that they have no business financing.
That's it. Yep.
Living in houses that they have no business living in.
Yep.
And they don't have no savings.
Right.
They don't have no money in their 401k.
Okay.
They don't have any money in investments. So if this type of person is you, if the person that we are describing right now is you, then you have to go through some growing pains.
Yeah.
Which will mean you have to get rid of all those credit cards,
Right.
start paying them down. If you are driving a car that you have no business driving,
Right.
take the car back to the dealership, tell them
Breaking from that system.
you cannot handle this anymore,
Yes.
and give it back to them. They'll sell it and let you know if you owe them any
money.
balance. It's funny, but it's
true.
It's
It's
not
true. It's
funny.
true.
This
It's
is
true.
serious. This is
Yeah,
serious stuff.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
If you really want to become financially
We
independent,
laugh because we've been there.
right?
We understand.
Yes.
We do. Yes.
If you really want to become financially independent, then these are the things that you need to do in order for your life to get better. Because your life only gets better when you change. It's not when the system changes. When the system
This
can
will
change,
never change.
but will not affect the quality
Right.
of your life. For your quality, for the quality of your life to be better, then you have to change, and you have to stop making excuses. Take responsibility for your own life, and whatever you have to do. If you have to take up an extra job to help you pay off your credit card debt, to help you, begin to put some money into investments, then that is what you need to do. For your life to get better, first of all, you need one job to pay the bills and another job to invest.
Right.
No matter who you are, you have to learn how to invest either in the stock market or in the cryptocurrency market. Research into these two investment streams and educate yourself and begin to work and put some money into these investment platforms. Also, have a plan. Have a plan to also invest in real estate. Because the money that you are going to get from investing, you have to be able to channel that money into something that creates residual income for you. So real estate is something that is not going away anytime soon. We can talk about all the AI technologies that are here to take our jobs. But at the end of the day, even with the AIs, they'll still need to find a roof for the AIs to basically store them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So real estate is not going away anytime soon. So educate yourself about how to invest, and then also have a strategy or a plan that helps you to also invest in real estate. What do you think
I have
about?
to ask this question. So, are we breaking away from the system, or are we working within the system? Because one of my mentors said, you could try to do it your way for a period of time.
Right.
But because of the way the system is set up, you will get beat most of the time. So the system can work two ways, right?
Okay.
So first you mentioned the guy who shouldn't have, or the woman who shouldn't have those credit cards, shouldn't be driving that overpriced financed car, or even owning a home, right? That is overpriced, right? Now, that's a part of the system, looking the part, playing that socialite role of I am successful, the look of success, right? And then there is the part of the system that requires a deeper level of intellect, discipline. Go back to First Peter, it says, if you should exercise temperament, patience, long suffering, self-discipline, you will learn to discover self-love.
Okay.
And when you discover self-love, you will go through life, not getting there at the finishing line, like the hare, but getting there like the turtle. Okay. And you will progressively succeed.
Right.
Now, what I believe every parent should do for their child is to take the time out to teach their children not only how to dress right, get up every Sunday morning and go to church, make sure that you get to school on time, do your homework. A parent should sit down with their child and show them how to be diligent, how to be patient, how to be long-suffering, how self-discipline allows you to overcome the obstacles or the circumstances of life when you remain steady and focused. Yes, it is the challenge of the day for us to not beat the system, but to understand how to function highly within the system.
I think one thing about the system is that they did a very pretty good job by letting the majority of people believe that you can just follow the formal structures and be successful in life. They did a pretty good job because nothing is actually hidden from you.
Right.
Everything that you need to know is right there staring you in the face.
So does it come down to choices
but
then?
Because we have been programmed as a result of doing something over and over and over again, that is a form of programming. So we have been programmed from our upbringing that we need to follow these structures in order to be successful. So many of us are stuck in that.
The idea of what success is.
There you go. So as a result of that, we don't see the bigger picture. And then when you look on the other side and see what the 1% is doing, here are the 1% investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, investing in new companies that are coming up that have potential to become giant companies. And this is where most of them are making their money, and this is how they are making their money. And they hedge themselves by owning precious metals like gold, silver,
Right.
and now people are buying Bitcoin.
Right.
People are buying other cryptocurrency assets.
Mm-hmm.
So educate yourself about what is going on.
Right.
If you follow the system, there isn't much planned for you. At the end of the day, you will retire at 65 or 75,
Right.
and you will say to yourself that if only I knew what I know now.
Right.
Because at that point in your life, now there is nothing holding you back from seeing the bigger picture. So
Right.
finally you see the bigger picture and you are like, you missed it.
Right.
That time it will be too late for you.
Yeah.
So right now, the idea is that begin to think for yourself. If the life you are living right now is not serving you, it's not leading you to a place of financial independence,
Right.
take a step back.
Learn some new disciplines. Yeah.
Look at your habits
Mm-hmm.
and see how those habits
Are
brought
serving you. Yeah.
to where you are today. Because the decisions that you are making today is creating your reality tomorrow. So what decisions are you going to make today that will help you create a different reality tomorrow? That is the big question.
Well, what you just said was pretty solid. However, let me just add this. Let me add this. If you think that what the lessons you have learned are serving you now, continue with them. But if you don't believe that they are serving you well, then find a new master. Find a new master, so that you will learn how. One of the books that I've read said you can make your monies become your new slave. While you are sleeping, it is working for you. While you're on vacation, it is working for you. When you're playing with your children in the backyard, it is working for you, so that you can spend the greatest and most valuable thing that you have, your time, with the most priceless possessions that you have, which is your family. And you will be able to really live the life that you want in abundance.
And with that being said, we would like to bring this episode to an end. If you are listening to us right now, we want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and hit the bell notification to get notified whenever we post a new video. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, don't forget to like our page and also follow us on Facebook. Until next time, remember, don't let someone's opinion of you become your reality. My name is Unstuck. It was nice having you. Have a great day.